that you will win. You gotta reach for the stars, get a taste of sweet victory when you ignite the spirit.
Welcome back live from Carman Stadium right here in Port Vila. It's the 10th edition of the South Pacific Mini Games, still bringing you live action. Yesterday we had a day filled with a couple of different sports disciplines competing. We had weightlifting, a big day for weightlifting yesterday, some Pacific records set. And we're looking forward to a whole lot of that today. We also had tennis yesterday, and we wrapped up the day yesterday with a sensational football match between Team Tuvalu and New Caledonia. We're expecting more of that today here in Port Vila. More action from the competitors here at the 10th Pacific Mini Games. Starting off today at around 11 o'clock will be the weightlifting action with men's 69 kg category. At around 1 p.m. we have men's 77 kilograms category. 3:30 p.m. we have the women's 69 kilogram and 75 kg. At around 6 p.m. we're expecting the men's 85 kg category on. At around 7 p.m. we're expecting men's football live from Carman Stadium, and that's between Team Vanuatu and Team Tonga. Stand by, we're giving you highlights from yesterday's competition here in Port Vila, the 10th edition of the South Pacific Mini Games.
Really getting yourself set for the Commonwealth Games early this year, or next year I should say. 65, third attempt. Clean, elegant lifting. Why couldn't she have done that 2 minutes ago? She will be ruining that first lift, but that's a good lift. 3 white lights. She's away, and for the moment then, she's just secured herself a gold medal in the women's 48 with that lift. Mary Lifu, Solomon Islands, third and final attempt. Puts her nominally in the lead in this category. That's too much. So 65 is her best. She still leads. Dika Tour, reigning Commonwealth champion, setting herself for Brisbane. Really, it's not about this competition for her. It's all about the battle ahead and the Gold Coast. Let's see what sort of form she's in. She's going to start with a 72. And just like her sister, just a momentary lapse, and all of a sudden we revisit Moresby. This category, women's 58, from Tuvalu. This is Gutu Vanuatu. And here she is, Asaia. Asking for 57 as her first attempt. The Samoan weightlifting machine, probably one of the best in the Pacific. National weightlifting, at least. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? No mucking around at all. Another nice lift. Good work. So Jessica Ijan then, 60 kilos her opener. New Caledonia. Nice work. The New Caledonians around us here, they're liking it. So too are the referees. And so let's see whether we get a little bit of Chamorro power here, eh? Samagase, Guam. Not bad. Crowd likes it as well. A little bit of an exclamation from down here around us, and yeah, pumps the fist. She likes that as well. So that's a good opener for her. Strong. As I said, if Sami Garce plays it right here, it's going to be an intriguing battle between she and Jessica Ijan of New Caledonia. Ninos is the head coach up there. Used to be a lifter in his own right many, many years ago. Here's Uwepa, then let's check her out. And welcome back to Asia Dopatu as you join us now for this second session, clean and jerk in the women's competition. We've got the women's 48 category and the women's 53 out on the platform at the moment. This is the young Nauruan, Akua. She has a big 63 kilos over her head for her first clean and jerk. And let's see what the judges think about that. She gets 1 red light. She's got 2 white. So therefore, the verdict is hers. Maybe, unfortunately, both girls basically controlled themselves, managed to get away with some good lifts, and in the end, it was a pretty comprehensive victory for both in the women's 48 and the 53. So the two sisters doing the job here in Vanuatu. First gold medals going out to PNG. This is the under-15 Queensland champ now, the young Australian. Doing well, Madison Power. Nice lifting. I reckon they're going to give her that one. And she's got 63 on the bar. Back then to the women's 48. Just if you are just joining us, just a reminder that we've got 2 categories amalgamated here. We're watching the 48 and the 53s. So we're back down now to Malani, Fiji, first attempt. 65 kilos for her. Malani set away Malani there. Good lift. No. In fact, 2 of the judges didn't like it. She looks around a little bit shocked. I must say I am as well. But the judges obviously saw something a little bit closer to the platform than I. So she's going to have to come down and repeat that one. Let's have a look in slow-mo, see what the problem is here. Just check the elbows and the arms. And there might be just a slight press on that left arm. And if you're right next to us, the referees and judges are, then you can probably... Has a big 90 in clean and jerk. She posted that at the Commonwealth Champs back in 2015. She's going to start her account here today with 80. Well, there it is. With that one simple lift, she secured another gold medal for Papua New Guinea. That's gold medal number 3 in this round of competition here this morning on day 1 of comp here. So a nice steady lift for her. Looked a little bit threatened with the snatch earlier on, but the clean and jerk is when she starts to really come out to play. And you can see that coming off the platform very nicely out of the deep squat. And then just watch the speed with which she gets underneath this big 80 kilos. They are side by side, know each other intimately, of course. They both train together, Oceania Institute. Lifu here. Look how she handles this big jump. 100 big kilos in the bag, and you can see the smile. There is another gold medal for Papua New Guinea, so gold medal. And look at her stalking this big weight. Oh, she wants to hurt this 105. She wants to hurt it bad, and she wants it over her head. Let's see how she goes. Oh, she is never going to let her fans down. She is never going to let her fans down. Look at that, 110 big kilos. She does it. What she couldn't do at the Commonwealth Championship, she's done here at the mini games, and you can see. So Betty Wanesi, an easy 45 kilos there for her. Oh, easily done. I was just wondering whether the big 8-kilo jump for her might have been a little bit too much, but obviously she's in great form at the moment. Good lift, 53 kilos for her. Then no of Tuvalu. So good lift. So the loaders have put 60 kilos on the bar now for Betty Monase of Solomon Islands. So yes, it's been a huge day here of weightlifting, and it's not over yet, because I say this women's 63 category really going to be lit up in just a moment when we get the Maitland Sazza machine out there on the platform. Believe me, you wait till you see her in action. She's a revelation, this girl from Marshall Islands. Let's just sit back, have a look at Nue here from Tuvalu. 61 just doing too much for her at the moment. Well, here's another one of these young Fiji lifters as well. I mean, the Fiji Talent Identification Program really hard at work at the moment. 16 years of age. Can hear the crowd enjoy that. So this is Elizabeth Bateman then. 67 is going to be her opener. That's all right. She eventually controlled the lift. Her opener here will be 68 kilos. Good lift. She likes it too, I think. Just acknowledges the crowd. So Maxima away for Nauru. Successfully defended his weight. So Bateman out for her second at 71. Well, Bateman then getting very close to her PB. She's got a 72 coming in here. Just knocks her around the platform a little bit, but I think she's done enough just to hold it over the top of her head. .72 then, her final attempt in the snatches. They like it. She's only 16 years of age, and she likes it as well. So now the debut then of Amanda Gould, and a Kiwi. 73 for her. That's better, much more ballast underneath that weight, so she can open her account. So she's away then. So this is going to equal her PB in competition. Maretta Fiji has lifted 72. Maxima here has a chance to edge them both for a medal in this category, at least in the snatch, with this lift of 74. So it's all on the platform here. She wants a medal. She needs this. Well, 72 is going to be her best. That's good. 77 for her then. So the Kiwi then for the moment is leading the competition in the women's 63. Bit of a hush comes in. Commonwealth record, incidentally, is 100 kilos. And the crowd can't quite believe that. Though she's well and truly smashed that already. Well, she's come out and equaled it. So now she's going to go for a 95 to put 5 kilos on that. Well, absolutely no trouble. I said it's a precocious talent, and this girl is just so totally powerful. The Commonwealth record is 100, but certainly the Games record now is all hers. Oceania snatch record is 75. It was set by the Australian Kiana Elliott, or 95 I should say, set by the Australian Kiana Elliott. That was in Tbilisi in Georgia back in 2016. So this is an Oceania and Pacific Games record attempt now. Well, she's already broken the Pacific Games record with the second lift there of 95. So this now is the Oceania record. A record that stood for 2 years, set by the Australian Kiana Elliott in Tbilisi. Oceania record. Powerful stuff. She likes it, just a little bit worried about that right elbow, but no, they like it, the referees. So she's set the record straight here. She's gone and won a Marshall's gold medal straight away. And here she is, absolutely smashing the records as well. So there's a new record here. And Maitland Sasa is quite a prodigy. So gold medals for her with this super lift of 96 kilos. Just relaxing a little bit, understands that she's got it. Thank you. That's a new record. Oceania record is hers, and a gold medal is hers as well. Just look at the height she comes off the platform, just the power and the energy of this girl. We had super slow-mo, you'd see that she's way up in the air as she comes off that first pull off the platform. Notice how some of the other girls just stay very flat-footed on the platform, some of the other guys as well. But Sasa, she just goes nuts. Really gets it going. Just hanging around a little bit there. But he's out in time. Got to move that weight within that 2 minutes, which he does. So there, a nice example of the snatch. Beautiful shot of it. 60 kilos going straight up there. Same lift. Note the wide grip. Nicely lifted. He's going to get the white lights. But we'll try and analyze some of the style. So there you see the correction is he's got the weight going up over his head. You see he's just slightly mistimed it, and the judges didn't like it as well, because as he was recovering underneath the weight, trying to keep it above his head, you can see that the elbows would have just unlocked momentarily. He presses out again. So here's Shadrake, Walter Shadrake, for his third attempt. 80 kilos this time. Well, this is good, clean lifting, and this is exactly what you want to do in weightlifting. This is 82 kilos. Well, I'm not sure whether that 82 kilos just caught him a little bit. Here's our next lifter. .85 is his opener. This is men's 62 class. Well, strong enough, and again, it's technique, you see. Strong enough to easily get it off the platform, but drives it too hard and gets underneath it too much. Consequently, it's falling down behind his neck. This is 90 kilos now. Oh, that's good. Nice and neat. Very good lifting. 17 years of age. Everyone in CNMI hanging on this big 100 kilos. They want him to make it. And that is the dreaded bomb. It was a gutsy attempt by Ray Santos. He'd never lifted 100 in competition like that before, and unfortunately for him, he's realized the hard. Tula will know that. He's so experienced. So he's got to lift a little bit more. 104 for the lead. And that is not what you wanted. So now it's the Fijian who's caused the break. That is very good lifting by Brechtefeld. Too good. At the moment, that's too good. He did a 105 at the Asian Indoor Championships for 9th place there. And he's just letting the crowd know that he is the man. He's had this. In fact, he's going to improve upon it. No, he's not. He's going to try and match it. He started off at the Gold Coast at 120, and then he had 2 fails at 124 and 125. I figure he'll go a 125 if he gets this. This for the gold medal in the snatch. Another gold medal is going to Papua New Guinea, and Morea Baru there just showing his class. One lift is all he needed, and 120 kilos means he's got the gold medal. So that's the first part of the equation. There are 2 more lifts. Now, what's he going to do with these? At 125, improves his old mark by 4. And matches his Commonwealth ranking weight at 125 as well. This is a record attempt. Power of Papua New Guinea here on show. That's incredible. A gold medal, a Pacific record, goes to the top of the Commonwealth rankings list with a 125 snatch. He has 1 more lift to do. My bet is he's going to go 130. Think he's strong enough? Let's see. This is good form for him. Look at those thigh muscles, the developed record here again. Huge lifting by this guy from Papua New Guinea. The gold medal and the record as well. Got it. The moment he was down the squat, he knew he got it. He's done absolutely everything right. He is on track, this guy. Unbelievable. Couple of records there as well, and a gold medal. And they know that they're on track. Morea Baru, PNG, so the golden juggernaut for Papua New Guinea just beginning to really roll here. They said that they would, well, they weren't declaring their hand, but on the wall was the writing that 9 gold medals were going to head back to Moresby with them. And by gee, it's looking very much like that, isn't it? 2 more to come, 2 more sessions here. But this man in shot is absolutely dominating. He's hammering the men's 62 category at the moment. And look at that.
And we get the ball rolling here for Nickel Donia as they straightaway go on that right hand side there for Henry Boucheron, and they will win a throw in there. Boucheron, the man who got that second yellow card against Vanuatu, is out of the match here tonight, as here is a through ball played, but that will be a bit difficult for Jean-Jacques to chase for. Katepo Iosua, the corner kick, first one into this match, floated high, still there for Tuvalu to tidy. They're contending for that one. Receiving is Henry Boucheron and Jimmy Welapani. Maki Ramone's attempt, no problem whatsoever there too on the Tuvalu side, so it has been New Caledonia. And Tuvalu managed to send New Caledonia back into their own box, but no problems, that will come back into the Tuvalu half. However, possession remains to the Minos Tuvalu side. So tight to the left hand side, Jimmy Welapani and both in Poma. Infield pass and well read and well taken. This is Tuvalu here. What can they make out of this situation? 1v1 here as they go for the angle, and the goalkeeper just does enough there, as it was Mati Uelesi that broke away on that occasion. lapse of concentration. Look at that blunder here, as he had positioned himself well. The flag stayed down there, and he didn't get the balance of his body right on that occasion. Otherwise, he was opting to place it home. Unfortunate for Tuvalu early stages. Tuilangi underneath that one. Wonderful ball here. Again, the Tuvalu side, they're trying to sneak away. That was well placed. Wonderful chip kick. Just floated in. Faua Petoa, Alopua Petoa, the chase for. But now it is New Caledonia looking for the space there. And the angle, not getting that. The foul coming in, the chase for. But now it is New Caledonia looking for the space there. And the angle, not getting that. The foul coming in from Tuilangi. As this is where Gohe carried in beautifully. And Tuilangi had no other chance but to bring him down there. So Pothin Poma. Here is Pothin Poma, the captain, floats it well, and almost a header there. Just missing it from right in front. Jimmy. That was Richie Iwa. Tuvalu will get that goal kick. Patrick Gohe gets it back. The delivery in the box. Here is a chance for them, and that is a half-hearted drive. They had the chance there as Henry Bosharon not getting what he wanted to do with that ball, and Yosua sends it back again. Look at the run there, two blue jerseys there. Still there. And that shot. Oh, that's into the net. What he wanted to do with that ball. And Yosua sends it back again. Look at the run there, two blue jerseys there. Still there. And that shot. Oh, that's into the net. That's the first goal here for the Tuvalu side. What a surprise. A shocker for the New Caledonian side as they stood ball watching there. And the long kick from the goalkeeper. This is Fiji. That will be the top of the table battle. Here is New Caledonia with possession. Wonderful footwork from this man of Pa'anoi. And he earns a free kick there too. Beautiful skill shown by him as Tai Tai brought him down. Watch him go. And that was well picked up by the referee. So New Caledonia, as this man desperate defending. They have Poma. They have Bosharon. And they have Gohe. As it is Poma. And that's a miss there from Poma. They decided to get the concentration and the focus away from the defense by making those dummy runs there. But then the target, watch them take that run. Two dummy runs before the third one came in and hits the side netting around him. Looks like he is going for the frame here. How close will he be? A ground one, good one, promising one that is. And the goalkeeper, Hemu. That is again the same man here, Valoa. Oh, he chips it away. There is Soseni, and infield pass. And fortunate for New Caledonia there. The cover defense comes in. Goe. It had to race behind. Vailine floats it well. The header there. Cleared away. Iotana. And what a shot by the same man, Iotana. Look at his reaction. He knows how close he was in getting the second goal. But they still keep the pressure. That's the header coming in. Iotana waits and tries to smack it into the net again. But this time the red jersey is coming in the way. Corner kick. Soseni, Vailine, and headed away. Goe. Elo Goe. And Nickelodeonia tidy things from their box now. They come in halfway mark and just standing in the way. And we'll be happy to get it out. Is Seloto in defense for Tuvalu. Switch play. Here is Patrick Gohe. Here's Patrick Gohe and Jimmy Welepani surrounding that ball. And a short one there as they go for Jimmy Welepani. A difficult angle, good cross though, still in the field of play. And the shot nowhere near to the goal by Elo Goe. It's a goal kick to the Tuvalu side. Extra ball in the box. With this scoreline, it's not what they would want. Here they try for that one, and good defense by Lepayo. Pothin Poma. Oh, the flag is up. And that cancels possession for Patrick Gohe. Tuvalu fence may be sitting, and he did not anticipate that one. Now it's under pressure situation as he has a chance for Sosine. Sosine is racing away. They get the direction? Still Sosine. He gets the 10, and then desperate defending comes in from the red jerseys there as a handball. And that will be a free kick to the Nickelodeonia side. Sosine Vailine. What a chance that was for the Tuvalu side to capitalize upon before going for the breather here. But he did not get the footing and the space to place it in. Patrick Gohe. Huge switch play. And the goalkeeper, Joshua, gets it into his safe pair of gloves there. The Tuvaluans will be thankful to him for the great goalkeeping so far. But how far is the question? Patrick Gohe, deep one it is, and headed away. Another chance there. The shot taken by Katarawa. Jean-Jacques Katarawa. And Tuvalu will come slowly with that goal kick. As this time Nickelodeonia has a lot of space. Look at the space there. They have the chance to play a through ball. They do so there. And the handball. The referee is not there to pick that one up. So Patrick Gohe, and finally he calls for the free kick. It's a good refereeing. He allowed for the advantage, waiting for Tuvalu to utilize that one. And that brings us to the end of the first half. And it's the Tuvalu side surprising and shocking Nickelodeonia with this 1-0 scoreline. As Nickelodeonia looking for the early chance. Bosheron, Henry Bosheron goes on his own from the right inside. There's a square pass infield. How wonderful defense. Still for Nickelodeonia. Richie Iwa isolated there. And Poma, Boshin Poma. They take it way back to try and pull out. Look at the blue jerseys. There are none in the opposition half. If you start counting, all of them are in their own half. There's the picture. As Alapua Petoa, number 9, is the only player that is up in the opposition half. And you have seen him giving directions not to leave the area. As here they come in and just put it outside. Number 18, Kau Po'anui, has been replaced by Shane Welepane. So they have got two Welepane in their lineup. One is Jimmy Welepane. As here is the Nickelodeonian side with a chance. He goes on his own, dancing around with that, and clever defense, stable defense, I would call that as. Wonderful work, desperate defending, and the referee wants to have a word with the Nickelodeonian player of Shane Welepane. The captain, Pothin Poma, is there to have a bit of argument, and he gets a yellow card for that. They look frustrated, as you saw, the captain, Pothin Poma. And here they're trying. So it's the fresh player of Shane Welepane who came in and got the side back with the X. Here is Pothin Poma doing the hard yards on his own, still on his own. And Tuvalu, watch the blue jerseys surrounding the red as they get the angle there. And the goalkeeper decides to keep it to his toes, looking around as if the flag will go up, but he's just gazing around with the ball there. Oh, wonderful flicking pass there for Shane Welepane. But the cover defense coming in on time. Shane Welepane. Quick ball played for Pothin Poma. Henry, wonderful flicking ball, squares it in, intercepted, still there for them to tidy. And Tuilangi is the man coming in and saving it for the Tuvalu side. Tuvalu, and here they come in with that attempt. Look at them take shots at the opposition at their will. And here is Henry Boucheron, halfway mark. Oh, this looks promising for them. Yes, it does so. He has the angle. He's looking for the space in the box. Goes on his own. The chance there. And what a save that is. Just putting himself on the line was James Lepayo. And corner kick. So pressure coming up on the Tuvalu defense. Corner kick. Marino, Acapo. Marino, deep one, and still there. They managed to get it out of the line. Waiting is Welepane, and that is very close for Welepane. They almost get the equalizer there. Shane Welepane, this is the man. He got that goal earlier on, and this time. Nevertheless, free kick here for Tuvalu. Captain Pothin Poma is there. He also has Shane Welepane, who is their motivator for now. There they are, Shane and Pothin Poma. Look at the focus on his face for Shane Welepane. What can they create out of this free kick? That is the angle. Shane Welepane, and that's the equalizer. No, that won't count. That won't count. The referee has seen something happening in the box. No, we will be interested in seeing the referee awarding the free kick and then signaling for the free kick. Did he raise his arm for that indirect free kick? Shane Welepane. Shane comes in with the cross, and the captain, the frustrated captain, and he misses it there. There he is, under a lot of pressure tonight. He knows Nickelodeon football was never in this scenario. We'll wait for this change to happen. That's Laupama Elu. That will go in for Mati Uwailesi. So Mati Uwailesi comes out, and Laupama Elu has gone into the field of play. Tuvalu is still leading by 2-1. Here is Shane Welepane, but well covered there. They clear it away, still in their own half. Here's Pothin Poma. Shot pass infield. Still going for that. Now comes all the way back to the halfway mark. Resetting things there was Dominic Well, and it doesn't happen for them there. So from New Caledonia's perspective, they will be interested in seeing the referee's signal of that free kick. Whether he signaled for that indirect or not is the question that New Caledonia will be asking for. Here is the captain again, Pothin Poma. He's putting in a lot of work rate, a lot of effort. And he will be the happiest man, the most relieved person if they get that goal to equalize at least. And here is Ionatana setting it up now to the left-hand side for the Tuvalu side. Silimai Siaosi. He loses it, still struggling for it. Taufaiva Ionatana. A huge clearance means a lot for the Tuvalu side, but New Caledonia rushing with that one. Henry, and they will be disappointed with this pass here. As look at the body language of the Tuvalu side. There they are, Tuilangi, one of those hard-working players tonight. A throw in, and they put it deep in. A cross-field play for Henrik. And the switch play, that's a difficult one. And Shane Welapane is playing rugby here. And that's the noise coming in. Disagreement from the crowd on the challenge by Shane Welapane. The referee would want to have a word. Now he's telling Tuvalu to rush and not to wait for every second here. But at the moment, they're in trouble with no possession. Here they get it back from the halfway mark. A cross-field play for Henrik. And the switch play, that's a difficult one. And Shane Welapane is playing rugby here. And that's the noise coming in. Disagreement from the crowd on the challenge by Shane Welapane. The referee would want to have a word. Now he's telling Tuvalu to rush and not to waste time. Free kick to this man, Petoa, who got the second goal, and that is the goal. And that is the confirmation of a historic night for Pacific football, as Tuvalu has upset New Caledonia by 2-1. The captain, Ionatana, with the first goal, that is number 7. And then we had number 9 of Alopoa Petoa. The 2 goals to New Caledonia's Shane Welapane. Not enough. And it's the Tuvalu side.
we come from very vast, different backgrounds. We have all our own challenges, but somehow the challenges are the same.
It's quite challenging at times when we have men being seen as superiors in the community, and we're proving that we're capable of doing what men can do.
A lot of the weaknesses that I perceived were weaknesses are actually strengths that I can use in my role as a leader in the community.
The reason why I'm here is because I wanted to hone my leadership skills. And when I was told about this initiative by Cricket Australia and Netball Australia, together with the ICC, I was quite excited about the fact that if I can come and learn just a little bit more, there's one missing puzzle in this journey of mine as far as leadership and sports development is concerned. And I felt this is where I'm going to find the answers. That's why I'm here.
When I came here, I met this wonderful woman who kind of included me into their family. And this was a place where I could be myself. My views were counted. Whatever I said mattered. So it was like a family. And this was a place where I could be myself.
And I thought I was pretty reflective already. I thought I knew myself pretty well, but they were peeling back layers I never thought existed, and even made me cry.
I came in this week, just to join a leadership conference with women. I'm about to walk away having met a whole bunch of new sisters from the Pacific. My network is stronger. I have a lot of people in the room where my weakness is their strength. So I have so much to take away, and I'm very thankful for the Government of Australia for believing in Olivia and Jane and this initiative. And I hope that many women after us can benefit from this initiative.
At first, I wanted to see what everybody was like, and when we started introducing ourselves, we had a lot of women who were outspoken. They were all very noisy. So I thought, oh yeah, that's the group I wanted to be in, and yeah, it was so much fun. And for me, I've learned so much, and also my self-awareness. I've brought myself right out, and I dug deep in me to find the real me, and it was good.
I looked at the leadership style. I've learned that how I've been managing, it's direct. I'm not looking, out of the box and taking responsible risks. So from this course, I know I can do this. I have to learn to take risks. The activities we did, like 2 words, effective and efficient. Am I just efficient because I want to please my boss and I want people under me to see me, or is what I'm doing effective?
One of the standout moments was our trip to the Golden City. My expectation was that we were going to go to some beachside village, and there'd be like a nice green field. And what I actually saw was that it was just a road, dusty road, and joy in the kids' faces, and that seeing their love of the game, their enthusiasm, regardless of their surroundings. One of the girls said that they wanted to play netball and that she wanted to represent PNG one day. And it was just that joy in her face and the possibilities. And often as adults, we forget about those possibilities. We forget that as children, we had those dreams and that there were no barriers.
I learned so much. Each and every woman here were true inspiration for me. I'm taking at least one thing from each and every one of them.
it's just blowing my mind, the things that I've learned. And the one thing that I will definitely start practicing as soon as I get home is they're having more quality conversations and the framework that they gave us to do that. I talk a lot, I love talking, but I never realized that a lot of those conversations were not really quality conversations where I was listening to learn.
For myself, the highlight will be getting to meet all these people, networking here, just to have that relationship with them and build that networking with them. So going back to my organization, if I stumble or if I face an obstacle, you know, there's always someone I can talk to for help and advice and someone I can connect to. Yeah.
I feel a lot of self-awareness. I'm more confident. I have a purpose. I know when I land, my flight lands, and I step off the plane, I know exactly where I'm going. I know exactly what I'm doing.
It's awesome to be amongst all the like-minded ladies. Together, we're a powerhouse. We're a powerhouse. Seeing the energy, the love, the emotional moments that we share, I know we can do something great for the Pacific.
And good morning again. So yes, it's been a very, very interesting day two. Yes. As you would have seen on the highlights over the last day, a lot had been happening over at Epauto, especially with PNG being the dominating country in regards to weightlifting. I've really enjoyed watching all of that happen yesterday. How do you feel about what was happening yesterday?
On a high note, especially for Team Tuvalu. Despite the fact that a
football,
lot of people were expecting sort of like an upset when Team New Caledonia was playing Team Tuvalu. But the fact that Tuvalu walked away victorious is another story, and I have to say is history for football in the region for such a turnout.
Exactly. So not too long we'll be going through what is going to be going on with the rest of day three. And upcoming, we have weightlifting live over at Epauto regarding the men's 69 kg as well as the men's 77 kgs. Later on in the afternoon, we'll have the women's 69 kg and the 75 kg category, finishing up with the men's 85 category for the weightlifting for day three. After that, we will also be going through the men's football live where Vanuatu will be facing Tonga. So that should be a very interesting day for us up ahead. We'll be crossing over soon to Epauto where Brendan will be covering through all of the different things to do with weightlifting again in the categories that are coming up. So a bit of a higher weight scale. That's right. I'm actually learning quite a lot about weightlifting.
I am as well. And now that we have the games that, like we said, it is free and open for entrance for, you know, all Nivan, well, everybody in Port Vila currently. A lot of young folks are sort of turning up and witnessing what is happening, and are like they're generating that interest in a lot of young people. Like I said yesterday, any man from any island is built to lift. That's what we do every day.
Yes, yeah. So it's going to be a great day ahead. It's best if you sit back, relax, and watch all that weightlifting, especially Pacific Island weightlifting, has to offer. And over to Brendan now.
And welcome again to Epauto for day two of the weightlifting here at the Pacific Mini Games. Welcome everyone, Brendan Toffer and the rest of the crew here in the convention centre this morning. As you can see, crowds are beginning to build up. We have a huge day in prospect. We have 4 weight divisions going to be contested here today, all the way from the men's 69s all the way through to the men's 85s. More of that in just a moment as we introduce you to our first contenders. Small fields today, but please do not let that put you off, because these guys are at the top of their game. They truly are just about. In fact, they are, in this instance, top of the Commonwealth. Introducing you to Lago Dugapi there from Nauru. 2 Nauruans in this particular event this morning, the men's 69s. Ruben Katatoa there. Detudamo, Uea Detudamo from Nauru as well. And currently ranked #1 in the Commonwealth, Nevo Ione from Samoa tops the Commonwealth rankings and at the moment is on course for a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games at the Gold Coast next year. But first, he's got some pretty handy weightlifters here to try and deal with. And as I said, small fields today, but the quality of the lifting and the competition is going to be something sensational. So if you're not doing anything, Vanuatu, you're living locally, you're down here in Vila, get on down, come and say hi to us, and get down and enjoy some weightlifting, because really this is going to be quite a revelation. Of course, it was a golden avalanche yesterday to the wonderful team from PNG, the Tour Sisters, and then Mr. Baru sweeping the field with everybody. But in this case, the medals today are probably more likely to be cast around a little bit. There's some great lifters from all over the Pacific and Oceania today that are going to be on show and certainly entertaining all of us mightily throughout the day and into the early evening. Once again, as protocol suggests, we introduce you to the great volunteers that assist get these wonderful competitions up and running. Shiva Cook from Nauru there, once upon a time herself a very handy weightlifter. Speaking of handy weightlifters, and also started off life as a hurdler, that's Stella Shaw there, just acknowledging the crowd. Some of the Aussies who've come up especially just to help us out here in Vanuatu this week, and we appreciate their work very much indeed. And on the end, bringing up the crew, Dr. Kami there, the famous doctor all the way from the Kingdom of Tonga. So all is set here. The clock is beginning to count down on this first competition, the men's 69s. And as I said, it features the Commonwealth champion and the Commonwealth #1 ranked lifter in the world at the moment, and that is Nevo Ione from Samoa. He's up, however, against a couple of Nauruans, and in particular, Ruben Katatoa, a name you might recognize, the family name you might recognize, as we just introduce you to the judging table as well. Our referees and judges just being formally introduced. I see Sam Coffer down there today. Pedro Carlos is down there as well. So good to see that we're being properly and well officiated. But as I was saying, in the men's 69, the Commonwealth #1 ranked lifter in the Commonwealth is going to be out on the platform today, but he's going to get some pretty close attention, I would suggest, from Ruben Katatoa. Now, Ruben, if Katatoa, you might recognize the name, he in fact is the brother of the great and the very famous Commonwealth champion, David. And we'll be seeing David later in the competition as well. 2 Nauruans as well, Uea Detudamo, as I was saying, and also Lago Dugapi. Both of them in pretty good nick at the moment as well. Both of them enjoying having been identified by the Nauruan Talent Identification Program, which is in full swing again at the moment. And also they are getting the benefit of some time spent at the Oceania Weightlifting Championship. That's the first of the 4 divisions that we're going to be seeing today. Then we move on to the 77s later on today here in Vila, and the 77s are going to be equally intense because we've got Tabarua from Kiribati and he's up against Udia from Papua New Guinea. These 2 guys are roommates at the Oceania Weightlifting Institute in Noumea, but I'll tell you what, here today they're going to be taking no prisoners because both of them want bragging rights when they get back to Noumea later on. In the women's 69, we're going to be introducing you to a new lifting sensation, again out of Kiribati, Tairi Bakakiri from Kiribati. She's only been training for some 6 months. Now, here's the tip. Here's the inside word, and we're in the cone of silence right now. When she got to the Oceania Weightlifting Institute, the word is she was doing 120s. After 6 months, she's been lifting 170s. That's a 50-kilo increase in just under a year. Unbelievable. Well, we're going to see whether those rumors are right a little bit later on today. She's up against Liko as well, Fiji, one of the very accomplished Fiji lifters. So it's going to be a battle in the women's 69s. Speaking of battles, in the 75s, it could be very interesting indeed. Apollonia Vaivai just come back from the World. She was lifting in Anaheim in the USA. Finished 13th there just a couple of days ago. Flown in. She posted a 94 and a 115. Can she reproduce that again here in Vanuatu? Well, that remains to be seen. Going to be very interesting to see how she goes against the girls in the 75s. And then later on tonight, believe me, if you're not doing anything, get home, turn the TV on, turn on the computer, do something, because you're going to have to watch the battle between Don Opolanga of Samoa, weight rated one of the best weightlifters in the men's category, but he's up against a new guy from Wallace, and this Walusian is huge, he's powerful, and he just happens to be the French national weightlifting champion. Kili Kofa is coming out. He lives in between Wallace, Fortuna, and Paris and France at the moment, but he is here, he is training well, and he's an absolute mean machine. And Don Opolanga from Samoa has got his hands full today. It's going to be an absolute battle royale between those two. So, as I say, small fields, small competition, but believe me, really deluxe competition in terms of its quality and its standard. Couple of guys in picture there, two brothers that are instrumental in bringing Oceania weightlifting to where it's been today. That's Paul Coffer sitting down the blue shirt, and his brother Sam Coffer, of course, plays a very important role at the Commonwealth Federation level as well. And these two guys basically have been instrumental in developing the weightlifting machine here in Oceania and the Pacific. Without them, we would not be sitting here today. You would not be looking at these pictures. Believe me, without them. They are absolutely instrumental in this whole weightlifting machine here in the Pacific. Paul Coffer sitting down, of course, the coach these days. He's been and has been in the Pacific region for some 30-40 years now. Started off that journey with Marcus Stephen when he unleashed Marcus Stephen on the Commonwealth back at the Auckland Commonwealth Games back in, what was it, 1990. Marcus Stephen just burst onto the scene. And if you look through the record books, indeed, back around the 62, 69 kilo categories, you'll notice the name Marcus Stephen is still there. That's how good he was back then, and some of those records that he set way back almost 20, 30 years ago are still there today. He was an absolute prodigious talent, and he is still recognized around the Pacific as one of the truly great weight lifters. Having a look at the rankings list as well, Commonwealth ranking lists in this particular category, the men's 69s. As I was saying, that it's Nevo Ione who leads the Commonwealth rankings at the moment, courtesy of the Malaysian lifter, Moa Demonso, who was rubbed out like many of the internationals. Certainly a bit of a scourge in weightlifting at the moment elsewhere in the world, let me remind you. He was rubbed out because of some drug infringements. So Masur is gone, and that leaves Ione on top of the Commonwealth rankings list. And I was saying to Paul Coffer early on today, truly, surely this is where the story of weightlifting is, here in the Pacific. This just wonderful, clean explosion of sport is surely so much more pure in its essence than some of the stuff that we've been seeing coming out of the World Championships in Anaheim, with the IWS struggling with drugs in sport, performance enhancement. Here it is just pure brute power, strength, skill, and just the love of a great competition. I digress and get a little bit philosophical. See the crowds beginning to build up a little bit here today as we're getting set. The clock is counting down. We're just about a minute or so away from a start in this first of 4 competitions. It's going to be the men's 69 getting us underway today. As I said, just a very small field, 4 lifters, but they're all pretty class acts, and it's going to be very interesting to see how they travel here today. Yesterday, of course, the day dominated by the Tour sisters. If you weren't with us, the two of them absolutely swept everything before them. Thelma going great in the lighter category, and then it was Dika Tour. And interesting to hear her on radio today, actually, Dika talking about the fact that as a returning weightlifter, having gone away and had a couple of kids, she thought it was very empowering for women in sport in the Pacific, that now she might be leading the way in terms of being able to show people that, look, you can have a great career, you can have your babies, and then you can come back and get involved in your sport. And of course, she is the epitome of that. She's done extremely well, and of course won herself a couple of gold medals yesterday, 3 in fact, and she set herself up, put herself in a beautiful position ahead of the Commonwealth Games next year on the Gold Coast. And that, of course, is what many of the lifters here are doing and aspiring to do. to cover themselves in glory, get some good qualifications, and make sure that they definitely get the confidence of their national selectors. So MC Trent de Buido calling them up on the platform for the first time today. It looks like it's going to be Detadamo from Nauru who will be coming out first. As I said, 4 lifters. So adjudged a good lift, and if you are just joining us for the first time and weightlifting might be a little bit unknown to you, well, we'll try and explain some of the basic sporting rules that regulate this iron sport, which, as we saw yesterday, can be a very wicked princess at times. She can allure you with riches and medals, but she can also spit you out very badly if you don't honor her. The great sport, the iron sport of weightlifting. So we're in the midst then of the snatch competition. So essentially what the snatch is trying to do is encourage the lifter to get in a single movement the weight from the platform up over their head. Clean and jerk, which we'll see a little bit later on, is a 2-part movement. First, the lifter holds the barbell roughly shoulder width apart, pulls the weight to the shoulders, and then gets in quickly underneath and then pushes that weight up above their head. This is the snatch, second attempt. So the other intriguing thing about weightlifting is, yes, you can be strong, yes, you can be powerful, but it's not necessarily going to guarantee that you're going to get that weight above your head. There's a lot in weightlifting. It's all about where your head's at, where your body's at, and where your technique is at. And you can see Paul Coffer there, just working over where Detadamo there, just trying to get him into the zone. Because if you don't put it together, and let's just have a look where this one went wrong. So there's the first pull, second pull, just a little bit slow under the bar there, you see. So I think Coffer's probably telling him, you've got to get a little bit snappier off the platform, off the floor. Push harder. So that was his 103 down. So let's see whether he can come out. He's going to come out and have another crack at the 103. Better. So you can see this time a lot snappier under the bar, manages to get it over his head, controls the lift, and 103 safely executed. So again, in the snatch, a couple of techniques as well. So getting the bar moving upright with a first pull that basically comes off the feet, the toes, pulling up through the thighs with the second pull as the bar progresses up. You see there that second pull just around the sort of lower tummy area. And then the lifter trying to get in as quickly as possible into what we call the receive position. And usually the weight pushes the lifter down into a squat, and they then try and pull their way out of that and push up. So it looks like the second of the Nauruans is just about to have a crash. This will be the Wapie. Detadamo then. So we've got the two Nauruans up against the Kiribati and the Samoan lifters here today. So the Nauruans, on the basis of form coming into the competition, will essentially be squabbling over the bronze medal here. Second attempt, Detudamo, 105. So he leads the competition at the moment, courtesy of that second lift, 105, Detudamo. Both these young boys, Luape and Detudamo, part of the Nauru Talent Identification Program, and a bit of a renaissance as well, as we were saying yesterday in Nauru with weightlifting. As you might recall, in the early days, Nauru was all about weightlifting. Fell away a little bit for a while, but certainly enjoying something of a revival and renaissance at the moment. Detudamo then just showing very elegantly how the snatch is executed, well controlled. So he'll take a little bit more. Still no response yet from the Kiribati lifter and the Samoan. Notice as well how the elbows are locked out. No indication of a bend. That's what the judges are looking for, referees. They don't want to see that. Dogepi then coming out for again, just leaving it a little bit short. Couldn't quite get underneath it. So that will see him out. So Dogepi then just got that one lift of 105 for him. So that's his total. So Detudamo then going to come out now and have a crack at the 109. As you can see, just leaving himself a little bit short there with that 105. 109, I should say. So let's see how Detudamo goes with it. 109 still on the bar for the second of the Nauruans. This is his third. This time just couldn't control it, so you can see how it's pushed him back onto his haunches. Okay, so at the moment then, it's going to be pretty close between the two Nauruans. It's going to come down to body weight to decide which of those guys is going to get the bronze medal. But we move on now because the bigger of the two lifters from Kiribati, as we said, Detudamo there, just not controlling this 109 kilos. Let's have a look where it all goes wrong for him. So up, first pull, second pull, and just not enough on that second pull. Ruben Gatoto from Kiribati. Big support in the crowd here for him as well. Coming at 112, probably a very safe opener for him. That's a good opener. So that is the weight that he started his Commonwealth Championships at the Gold Coast with earlier on this year. So let's just see if we can try and anticipate where he might go with this. David Kadatoa there, his big brother in picture, just putting the wrap around him. And we'll see David in the 105s. So here's Ruben then. It's a good, solid opener. So as he said, this was his strategy at the Commonwealth Championships. He went to 112 there on the Gold Coast, and then he went for a 117. So it looks like he's going to try and go one better here. Looks like he's asking for 118. So they put 6 on him. This is a big lift then. This is big.